this is me, once again, having nothing prepared, just talking off the top of my head and trying not to ramble too much. But this is just a video that I wanted to make. I feel like it's long overdue. It's something that needs to be said, and that is thank you for just the tremendous outpouring of commentary and support and I don't know, acceptance. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but whatever. Just a few weeks ago, my channel was still really small. I mean, it was just, I had been posting videos since, regularly posting videos since July of 2019. And it was primarily focused on trailer reactions, and I did some reviews, and I'm still going to do reviews, but stuff like that. And I have mentioned this before in other videos that the main purpose of this channel was I just wanted an outlet to talk about, you know, great stories, movies, TV shows, and stuff like that. Because my work keeps me, I work alone and I work with people, but, you know, remotely. So I work alone. My work day is just me by myself, and that's fine. I'm actually pretty introverted, despite how it may seem on camera. I don't like big crowds of people. You know, I just like a select handful of folks to hang out with. I don't, you know, so I'm quite introverted. And so my working situation, it's been great. Consequently, though, through the course of the work that I do, I started to lose my love of listening to audiobooks for pleasure, because audiobooks, that's my work. And so I wanted to talk to other people about stories that I'm interested in, stories that I like. And I talk to my brothers quite a bit about stuff like that, but they live far away. And so most of our communication is done by phone or, you know, text or whatever. So I started the channel, and it, you know, was little by little incrementally growing, and it's like, you know, I was just going to keep doing what I was doing. And then I saw reaction videos to comedy bits. Said the right word that time. To comedy bits. And I had been feeling like this year has just sucked so bad, and I wanted to laugh more. So I started incorporating that. And that's when my channel just quite literally figuratively exploded. And now I can't keep up with comments, trying to respond to everybody's comments, trying to read everybody's comments. And I feel annoyed with myself that I haven't been able to, but I have, you know, I still have a job. I'm you know, busy, and I can still only dedicate a certain amount of time to this every day. I would like to do more, but I can't. And so I kind of feel like I don't know, I'm not ignoring anybody. If I don't respond to a comment, maybe I just haven't read it or haven't had time to respond. And some of the stuff that people have been writing on here is just so deep. Sometimes I just don't know what to say. And it's very touching, some of the stories that people have shared with me. And I feel very humbled that you guys would take the time to, you know, jump on my channel and share your experiences and your thoughts and stuff like that. So I just feel like this video has been a long time coming. I've been going over and over in my mind the things that I wanted to say. I started a little community discussion thing because that had opened up to me now, you know, with a poll. I had been wanting to make some sort of special video for when I reached 500 subscribers. Well, I've gone way past that now. I made a special video for when my 1 year anniversary came up, which is my top 10 you know, I like to do little sort of different types of videos like that every once in a while to mark certain occasions. I did one for New Year's Eve, you know, my favorite films of the decade and stuff like that. So I had put this little poll up, you know, should I do a Q&A, something else, and don't do anything, you're not that special, which some people responded. I mean, some people marked that, which is funny. So some people had thrown out some questions on the little discussion section, and some people, or at least one person, had suggested not because they thought it was, they weren't interested or whatever, but that they just felt like maybe, you know, if you reveal too much of yourself, that could be problematic, which I understand that completely. And I get that. I get that. But at the same time, I know that there's curiosity about like the things that I do, my job and stuff like that. And, you know, other little trivia type stuff, my interests and things like that, and why I like the Hulk so much. And some people had suggested stuff like talking about my ratties more, doing an interview with my brother, the artist. So I'm kind of formulating all of this in my head, kind of, and I think what I'm going to do is maybe a combination of different things, and maybe it'll be more than one video. So if anybody has any other questions that they're curious about, you could post them in the comments of this video. I don't think I'll create another community thing saying, what are your questions? I guess, you know, I'll just go through and I'll find questions that I feel like, you know, would be good enough to answer. Not that your questions aren't good, but I mean questions that I feel would be appropriate to answer. And some other stuff that I've got that I'm thinking about, and different things that I want to do with the channel that I've already started sort of doing, like a movie reaction, which I've mentioned in some of my other videos, or at least one of my other videos. I think I may start to incorporate stuff like that. Just kind of like venturing out into other territories, but I really don't want to venture out too far beyond the entertainment realm. I know that in some of the videos that I've done to the stand-up routines, it has delved into certain social type, you know, subject matters, like, you know, the vagina privilege one with Bill Burr, and parenting and stuff like that. Just, it's touched on serious subject matter, you know, being offended, different things like that. So yeah, I've kind of delved outside of entertainment when I talk about stuff like that, but that's not the main goal of this channel. That's not something that I necessarily want to jump into all the time, because my goal or my thoughts about the channel is not to create a place of controversy and argument and debate. And of course, you're going to get that no matter, you know, you open your mouth and someone's going to disagree with you or not like what you've said. I get that. That's not what I'm talking about. I just mean, I don't want this channel. This channel is not going to be something like it's primarily about that. There may be elements of it that come through, filter through, you know, here and there, but I still would really like to keep my focus on, what was I saying? I was interrupted. My daughter walked by. I think I was saying that it is pretty late now. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I think what I was saying before I got interrupted was that I still want the core of my channel, the focus of my channel, to be about movies and stories. And that's one of the reasons why I want to start incorporating things like movie reactions or show reactions. Now, obviously, I wouldn't put the entire movie or the entire show episode up on YouTube. It would be edited down, you know, I mean, just, you could make an argument for fair use, even putting the whole thing up, especially if you're adding commentary and thoughts and critique and stuff like that. But I just feel like it would be easier to dispute things like that if it's edited down and you're not throwing the entire thing up there. So I think maybe what I have been thinking about doing is possibly putting full type reactions up. Like, let's say if I watch, like the Train to Busan was the first one I've done, first and only one I've done so far. Maybe the entire thing, I could put that somewhere else where I won't have to deal so much with, you know, issues on YouTube that are a little bit harder to get around than, let's say, other platforms. Like I'm thinking Patreon, but that gets a little, because, you know, then you're putting things behind a paywall, which if that's the only way I can get stuff like that out, just, you know, because I want to talk about movies and stories with people, then that's something that I'm going to look into possibly. Doesn't mean anybody's going to be interested to jump in on something like that, but I think it would be a lot of fun to be able to watch movies and be able to talk about them with other people. Be kind of like we're watching it together and talking, even though I'm by myself. Anyway, so yeah, I've rambled on. I've just gone and I'm looking at this circle, and I feel like that's what I'm doing, is just talking in circles. But anyway, yes. So the main purpose for this channel, for this video, was to say thank you very much for you guys just showing up and being, I mean, I never even thought, when I got my first 100 subscribers, I thought that was amazing and never even imagined that it would turn into what it has turned into. Never thought that the channel would go in the direction it's gone in. And I'm kind of just like learning things as I go along and trying to figure things out as I go along. But I just wanted to make a video just to specifically address all these changes that had happened and kind of share my thoughts with you about it. And I can't think of anything else to add. So I will wrap this up and see you guys later. Hasta luego.